Hi guys, Flora here. Today we will learn how consumer behavior integrate in our life. While I'm showing you guys my daily activity, I will be explaining this concept throughout the video. Now I'm going to take you guys to a grocery with me to buy some ingredients to make this cake. My mom used to make this all the time. I'm going to set out a challenge for myself that I'm not going to spend over $35 for my grocery. And I'm not going to tell you guys what the cake is, so stay tuned to find out. Bye!
The first lesson we will learn is motivation. As we know, hobbies are based on personal motivation. It is also based on the hedonic need of a person as these motivations can be conducted by their emotion, situation, or personality. In my case, baking is close to my heart because I love food and it reminds me of family bonding time. These emotions are flexible and context specific. For example, when baking, a person can feel either relaxed or excited to see quality of their final product. Both are positive emotions but are very different on the arousal level. Relaxations may motivate someone to linger and let their minds wander, while excitement to see the result of a perfect cake may motivate the person to make another, and which will establish a baking hobby. For a marketer to appeal to the consumer hedonic need, they will use different sensory to trigger their desire to fulfill these needs, such as vision, smell, auditory to generate attention and attract more consumer. A prime example of this is cooking video, TV shows, and branding picture of a product. The second lesson of consumer behavior we will learn is decision making. It is the process by which consumers become aware of and identify their needs, collect information on how to best solve the need, evaluate alternative available options, make a purchasing decision, and evaluate on their purchase. Consumers also view the product based on their economic, passive, and emotional will to make the purchase decision. Being an international student myself, my point of view of consumer decision making is based on my economics. I will be selecting product based on its benefits and choosing one that suits my budget, which is true I said earlier about me not spending over $35. Now, I will be comparing three types of consumer behavior in decision making that occurs when we go grocery shopping. The first behavior is habitual behavior. It can be summarized as consumer finding products that are best fit for their use and keep on buying it without looking for alternative. This doesn't necessarily translate to there being less number of choices for consumer to pick, but rather just show that consumers tend to stick to their comfort zone and repeatedly choose the product without giving much thought, as the product does not have much different when compared to other branding. This is not as habit buying. For example, soy milk is essential item in shopping list because that's my preferred drink. So every time I go to grocery, I will buy soy milk and it just became my habitual buying behavior. As a marketer, there's a lot of effort that goes into ensuring that such behavior of a customer is created. The formation of this habit is due to continuous efforts in delivering customer needs, improving relations, and thereby enhancing customer loyalty. The second behavior is limited problem solving. Limited problem solving is buying behavior in which the consumer have had previous experience with the product before through limited. For instance, consumer learning towards a familiar product may fall under this category of purchasing process. Once they've been using a trustworthy brand, it will take some time for the person to switch to another brand. As baking fanatic, I actually don't want to try anything that step out my comfort zone. I will be sticking with the ingredient that I've been used to and know will produce tasty cake. I choose Oreo to make a base for my cake, as I used Oreo to make various cake before. So my assumption is that it will taste better as my heuristic belief of buying this brand. So this just shows how important it is that marketers can build their brand loyalty between the company and customers. And lastly, extensive problem solving. Extensive problem solving is based on the situation that the consumer have limited information. They want to research about the product both internally, such as motivation, lifestyle, feelings, or attitudes, and externally, such as culture, social class, or family influences. The extensive problem solving occurs when the consumers want to make decisions that are unfamiliar to them. So take baking as an example. Consumers tend to ask their loved one for recipe or watch cooking video online. The information gained from these sources will assist them in buying, researching for required ingredients that can make the cake tasty. However, consumers tend to look at the price of ingredients and choose one that is more suitable to their budget. Most of the time, this means going for a cheaper alternative. Before I planned to prepare to make this cake, I had to call my mom and ask for the ingredients and she used, but I couldn't find any in Australia. So I'm going to get something similar to what she used, and it has to be in my budget as well. Now I got all of my ingredients prepared. We will be moving to the baking part. As a student starting away from home, we have to learn to take care of ourselves and live independently. I used to have no experience in the kitchen, but having to stay away from mom's cooking for a few years has turned me into a master chef level cook. As a consumer, we memorize behavior of people around us. This observation will help us by becoming guidelines when we form our own behavior and decisions later. Back then, I used to watch my mom cook for my family every day. I have learned a bit knowledge through observing and memorizing my mom's cooking skill, and this translates to what I am doing right now as I'm incorporating this memory into making this cake. Conditioning effects are more likely to occur after the conditioned and unconditioned stimuli have been paired a number of times. Repetitions increases the strength of association and prevent the decay of these association in memory. I still remember that my mom always make this cake for me on my birthday, so whenever my birthday comes around, I will be notified by seeing this special cake. And this is my final product, the homemade blueberry cheesecake. It looks pretty good. Let's hope it tastes as good as it looks. Personally, I don't usually eat a lot of dessert because I've been following a diet called Eat Clean for many years. So I care about my body image a lot because I was overweight when I was a kid. And as a consumer, we will consider whether this product can give us a positive or negative impact on our self-image. Products will be chosen when their attributes match some aspect of the self. This model assumes a process of cognitive matching between product attribute and the consumer self-image. Consumer behavior always occurs in our life. It can be through any activity that we are working at the moment. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Thank you for watching.